I'm Arcade, and I'm here with
Ahmed.
And today we're going to be talking about how you should live your everyday life. And I'm not talking about from the money aspect or anything like that in specific, but how you should carry yourself in a ways of, knowing yourself. Like, I know that I want to dress like this, and this. So when I go outside, I'm not going to let somebody tell me that me dressing like how I want to dress is wrong or isn't good enough or isn't what I should be wearing, because I'm living my life, I'm being me. Like, if I Meg come out the door with an outfit on and I tell him his outfit's trash, he's not going to go back inside and change it because I said that. He's just going to go on with his day.
Sure.
He's living his life, but there's some people out there that, that don't understand that. They can't deal with that. They gotta
be. They mostly care what people think about them.
Yeah. But I'm sure people have said things to you, Ahmed, in their past that, got to you a little bit. And, maybe about an outfit, a haircut, shoes, the way you smell, anything like that. With that, how have you overcome it?
Well,
if you did have anything like that happen.
Well, I wouldn't say it's mostly those. It was just mostly about just me being small, skinny.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm any bigger now, but, back in middle school, I used to be just tall and skinny. I've always been called, like, they always get called skinny. And since I played football, I was very skinny. So what really, I didn't really know much about gyms and all that. So I used to not really say much, knowing deep down that shit kind of did hurt me. But I wouldn't react to it. There's knowing me, I know there's things I could do to change it. I can always eat more, work out more. What I did going into my freshman year, of course, just stayed, I took those things to heart, cause especially, summer, playing with the varsity dudes and stuff. I always get called skinny, oh damn, you play like D-line, all that. And they're like, damn, eat a sandwich. Eat a sandwich, bro.
Eat a sandwich?
Eat a damn sandwich. That shit took them words to heart. So, off season. Just remembering all those things that was said to me. I stayed consistent. I ate a lot, worked out a lot. And I use those words and things as motivation. I ain't let those keep hurting me. I use them as motivation to keep myself, keep pushing myself, and that's what got me to the point I was, which I really got very strong, gained about almost 40 pounds, and I wasn't as skinny as much anymore. And ever since I started playing sports with this dude. We both wasn't our best shapes, but now look at this dude, bro. Bro used to play center in middle school. We used to play everything. Now he's probably going D1. Not probably, he is going D1. We got 2 more years. Dude is a dog. And, just using those, what people say about you. I use them as motivation, but the way you dress and all that, if you can't help it, bro, so what? Who cares, yo? You dress how you like, you dress how you can. And, and just don't let it bother you. What you think?
About that, with not letting it bother you. For me, it was, the teeth, well, you can't really tell here, but if you do know me, then, my teeth are, gapped up, and not straight. And that, I got, bumps and pimples and all that, but I'm not going to go outside and let it affect me. I'm not going to go out the house and, somebody says, oh, you got pimples, oh, your teeth.
Let me say something. If it affected him, he wouldn't even have them right now. He would probably got them fixed already, but he don't, he ain't let it affect him.
Yeah, it's, the mental impact it had. At the time, I really was, genuinely sad about it. And then I realized I have more to live for than what somebody else thinks. I have way more to live for than what somebody else thinks. And what somebody says is going to change my life. Unless it's motivational or it really does hurt me to the point where I'm genuinely going to make a change. But if I'm me, nobody can stop me. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna be me. I'm still gonna be that same Arcadian that I was 10 years ago, 10 years from now. You know, I'm gonna keep being a playful guy, keep, you know, trying to cheer people up, trying to, you know, help people out. You know, no matter what people say. I might try to help a guy out and he might say, fuck you. You know, hey, I'm just go to the next person that want help, next person that need help, you know? Or I might need help myself and somebody might say, oh, no, I'm not gonna give you help. Okay, I'm gonna try to push through it by myself. You know, I'm gonna try to do what I can until somebody does help me. Or get out of it myself. You know, push through. But what me and Ahmed are trying to get at is, it's not about what people say or what people think in your everyday life. It's about being based. And if you don't know what that means, you can look it up. Being based is basically, you know, not caring. Living your life, you know. And with being based, it helps you live, you know. If you get bullied, okay, just try it, you know, and the next day you might be 100% better.
At the end of the day, be you. Live the life you want to live. If you want to go and be a garbage man, I'm not going to stop you. If that's your dream, if that's what you really want to be it. If you want to go and work out every day, do it. I'm definitely not going to sit here and say don't do it. If you want to sit around and play the game and do this all day, even if I was to say you shouldn't, me saying that isn't going to stop you, and it definitely shouldn't. Because you can play the game all day and then that can make you money. You can make millions off of that. But when people tell you you can't, you're not going to try to. If you sit there and you play the game, your parents are of course going to say something. They're not going to support you in that. 100% of course. And if you don't listen to that, if you don't listen to the noise and nonsense, you're going to be better. You're going to make it at the end of the day. So you just got to push through what's going on now and make to what's coming for you. That's it.